5. Good afternoon, hello and welcome to the media workouts for MVP 01, the first promotion of MVP in the UK. This magnificent all-women's card here. I'm going to spin you around straight away. This is our workout setting today for the media workouts. This magnificent card topped by the double header, Caroline Dubois against Terri, Harper, and Ellie Scotney against Myelli Flores. As I said, the first ever MVP promotion in the UK. The brainchild of Jake Paul and Nikisa Bidarian, established back in 2021. They've done 30 events so far, but this is their first in the UK. 4 world title fights on this card. We're going to have, I can see she's just off camera, we're going to have Mayelli Flores working out imminently, but I want to bring in one of our world title challengers, Emma Dolan. How are you? Great to see you. Your first shot at world glory against Irma Garcia. She's a two-time world champion, so it's serious business here, but you could become, I think, Norfolk's first ever female world champion, first world champion since Herbie Hyde as well from those parts. So much riding on this for you. How are you taking it all in this week so far?
It's just another fight, isn't it? You know, it's just another fight. I need to go in there. I need to get the job done. I'm well up for it. And I want to bring that belt back, so, yeah.
I believe that you genuinely believe that, but can it just be like another fight night for you with everything that's riding on it? Especially, like, I think the platform as well. You know, I think we're going to have more viewers on this probably than the fights that you've had previously, and I don't want to sort of do it down, but do you think this is the biggest stage as well? Can you use all that positively? You know what I mean? Take all that in and use it as a positive influence.
For sure. I mean, for me, I never really take a venue or anything in till after I've boxed, and then when I look around, I'm like, whoa, bloody hell, this is massive, you know. So, yeah, you know, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for it, to be truthful. But yeah, it's just another fight. Obviously, there's so much to go on with it. There's the world title, there's the, you know, the experience, there's MVP, it's Sky Sports, but it's just a fight at the end of the day. You got to get in there and get it done.
They may well consume these clips, so I don't want to give anything away, but we've seen Irma Garcia in the flesh today. She's not as tall as you, I don't think, but she's a quality operator. She's operated at world title level, I think, for over 10 years now. I think 13 years since her first world title fight. That is pedigree, isn't it?
Yeah.
What have you and Carl Greaves done in camp that might be different to what you've done previously, or is it just another sort of camp where you're trying to better yourself, not working on specifics, or can you tell us anything sort of, you know, I don't want to give the game away, but anything specific?
No, we've just been working on what we've been working on. It's normal, really. I mean, she's a southpaw, so slightly different. We're not going to work, yeah, we've got to work slightly different shots and stuff. But we're looking to put a very aggressive, very confident performance on.
I'm buzzing for this. I think I'm more buzzing than you are. Why, just before I let you go, because although there's nothing happening, we're going to take everybody downstairs in a second. Why do you think that your fight could steal the show? That's a question I'm going to ask everybody, but particularly why would Emma Dolan and Irma Garcia be the one to watch?
I just think it'll be a very good clash of styles. I think with the way Irma fights and my exciting style, I think it's made for a very exciting fight.
Before we go, she's no longer here, is she? But can I quickly just ask you about Ellie Scotney? You and her go all the way back to the amateur days. Great friends. I think you've celebrated each other's successes along the way. She's rooting for you, you're rooting for her. It is a nice moment. Boxing's so cyclical, isn't it? To be doing this on the same card on the same night, it's pretty special, isn't it? I don't know if you believe in fate, but...
No, honestly, because Ellie was supposed to be boxing in December, and then obviously it got postponed. I didn't know when I was going to be fighting for this fight, and we've all ended up on the same card. So it's fate, isn't it? It's fate, and I'm very, very pleased with it.
A win for both of you, presumably.
No doubt.
Lovely to see you, Emma. Look, I've said we'll catch up with you later in fight week, but for now, I'm going to take you on, presumably, what is going to be a little bit of a precarious walk and talk. So come and follow us. The camera operator today is Simon. So Simon, this door was not built for a man of your size. Just come down a little bit lower. And these are the bits they don't show you at home. So this old community centre that's been here for so many years, now a very successful amateur gym. I mean, I was here years and years ago where we covered Ashley Theophane, the British champion. Dan, if your name's not down, you're not coming in. Been saving that gag. There's more to come, don't worry. And this is it. This is our HQ for today. So I'll bring you through and let's see who we can find on our journey. This is the media mix zone. Spinning around there, Simon, Chantel Cameron just doing some interviews there. She's obviously going for a world title at 154 pounds against Maria Kotoskova, who we saw working out earlier. Let's have a look down here, Simon. Who are we going to see here? This is Myelli Flores making her way to the ring. So in the sort of red t-shirt there, that 4'11" pocket rocket. And a stat I was given earlier, if Flores can get it done, she will become the shortest ever undisputed champion at 4'11".
London's very own unified champion Ellie Scotney, who holds the WBC, MVPW belt, for that crown of undisputed on MVPW.
And that is Andy Clark on the microphone. Flores making her way over from Mexico City, where I'm told the climate is very, very similar, so she shouldn't be too shocked at this weather that we've got here this time of year. Just to reinforce that stat, if she can get it done, she would actually overtake the record holder, Tiny Tina Ruprecht, atom weight champion, who stands at 5 foot. So she would beat the record by an inch. Every inch matters.
From Mexico City, Mayelli won that.
That is our long-time colleague, Andy Clark, on the microphone. And it'd be interesting to see how Flores approaches this. We spoke to Ellie Scotney yesterday, those of you that were consuming our content on Sky Sports News. I did put it to Scotney, if you've watched Flores before, is this going to be anything other than the way she's boxed previously, which is that Mexican style, all gas, no brakes. You would expect her to come on very, very strong from the start. And we are hearing these rumours of a smaller size ring, which should suit Flores. Myelli Flores, La Dura, on the back of her t-shirt there. I think it is always a sign when they come over with a big team. She's travelled well, got a lot of team members. Simon, come over this way. Just going to bring you around, see who we've got over here. We'll have a look from this angle here. Nice shot there, Simon. I always wonder with these things, would Team Scotney watch on? You can see Ellie just behind trainer Shane McGuigan there, and there's Nikisa Bidarian, who we spoke about at the top, co-founder of MVP. Wonder what's going through his mind at the moment. MVPW 01. So the first ever MVP show on these shores. I'm sure they'll be looking to impress as well. And I know he's a big fan. Nikisa, can I stop you as you're coming through here? I mean, that was a lovely little moment there. I know how much of a fan you are of Ellie Scotney. We love this fight, by the way, because style-wise, it looks like the perfect matchup. But before we get to that, MVPW 01, congratulations on the deal that you announced this week. What can Sky Sports viewers expect? What is, I suppose, the MVP ethos and the philosophy behind the promoting?
Truly the best fighters in the world, having the right platform, push, and opportunity to display their skills and perform for the fans, right? This card starts with 4 world championships back-to-back. It's impossible to do that in boxing. We did it once last July, and we're going to continue to deliver that.
Been a big couple of weeks for you guys as well, because you branched out into the MMA world as well.
Yeah, we've been looking at opportunities in MMA, and again, headlining with 2 incredible women, showing that the power of women's combat sports transcends beyond anything imaginable.
Myelli Flores is in the ring behind us. Can I have a quick word on both main event fights? So if we start with Ellie Scotney and Myelli Flores, I've already said, that Mexican style versus Ellie's ring IQ. I'm thinking that this should be a perfect style matchup. Would you agree with that?
100%. I think it's going to be all action for all minutes of every round, and I'm super excited for Ellie to have the opportunity to become the youngest undisputed champion in UK history, male or female, and that's a testament to her. She's won it every single step of the way. She hasn't been awarded a belt. She hasn't fought for a vacant belt. She's actually beaten every champion to get here. Now she has one more champion to beat on home soil and make history.
You see that clip of Jake coming down the gym the other week? I mean, he couldn't believe her journey to the gym every day, and he's going to have to buy her a car if she wins, and she's going to have to learn how to drive. It is a lovely little narrative.
He literally texted me and said, "Do we not pay Ellie Scotney enough money?" And I said, "She's done really well with us." And he goes, "She doesn't have a car." I said, "I don't think she can drive." He's like, "No, she can't afford it. I have to buy her a car. I'll pay for it myself." And I confirmed with Ellie, she doesn't have a license. It's obviously on camera as well. So he's 100% buying her a car when she wins.
The other main event, that clip did really well yesterday because it's authentic. There's a real narrative. It hasn't started just this week. They've got a long-running rivalry, haven't they, Caroline and Terri? I mean, that was feisty yesterday. I think as the week progresses, that tension's going to grow and grow and grow. That is the perfect fight for both of them, and the road to undisputed surely clears for the winner now.
Listen, 3-division world champion Terri Harper, many people are overlooking her, but that's a powerful boxer who has the ring IQ and experience going in there against Caroline, who's under the biggest lights of her career. And Caroline's never beaten a champion, right? If you remember, she's a WBC champion because she was the interim and stepped up. So it's a great test for Caroline. I'm confident it's going to be fireworks and give the fans an unbelievable night.
Last one before I let you go. Really interesting. Chantel Cameron over 3-minute rounds for the world title as well. I think, when there was all the talk of Katie Taylor, that was your big thing, MVP and Chantel, 3-minute rounds. So that'll be interesting, I think, for a lot of people to see how that plays out over the longer distance.
First ever Women's World Championship in the UK for 3-minute rounds. Credit to Chantel for wanting to do it. And look, our push forward is driven by choice, not requirement. These fighters go through the amateur ranks doing 3-minute rounds. Why do they have to go pro and step backwards? In MMA, the women and the men have the same rules, right? 5-minute rounds, 3 or 5, depending if it's a headliner or a world championship fight. We want the female athletes to have the same opportunity. And I believe it will result in more knockouts as well. And some people may say that's not a good thing, but let's be clear. Moses Atama just had a spectacular knockout and the world is talking about him. Fans want to be entertained and want to see spectacular finishes, and we think 3-minute rounds can do that.
Congratulations on the deal. Best of luck on fight night, and I hope that we can help you achieve what you're looking to achieve on Sky Sports. MVPW 01. Nikita, thank you very much. Come over here. Let's see what we've got. It's quite a nice little perspective of what these fighters are doing today. It's early in the week, but everybody has got the media commitments, the photos. Everybody gets about 2 songs on the workout, so choose carefully. We'll just take a second here while Mayelli just completes a few promotional clips with our partners at MVP. And then it will be Ellie Scotney. It will be Catford's Ellie Scotney. So Myelli Flores from Mexico City. She will be hoping that she can get over the line against Ellie Scotney because she's got dreams and aspirations of her own. If Flores can win, she will also make history herself because she would become Mexico's first undisputed female world champion. This 4'11" wrecking ball, who we cannot wait to see in action against Ellie Scotney, who will be making her way to the ring right now. So I'll spin you round, because in this crowd here, coming through the door will be Catford's Ellie Scotney. So as Nikisa Badarian said at the start there, Ellie is looking to become the youngest undisputed champion, male or female, from the UK in the four-belt era. So in case you were wondering, I don't think Shane McGuigan has started to lose his eyesight. I think these are the meta glasses that are filming the trainer's perspective. It'd be great to see how that works out when we see the footage later on. Let's just have a listen in and have a watch of this before we see who else we can get our hands on. Let's take a little walk around because I can see with the cap, it's always good to talk to members of Team McGuigan because they can give us a little bit of an insight. Lee Cutler, great to see you, mate. How are you, first off? Success will breed success, doesn't it? Ellie Scotney bidding to become undisputed. I know the whole gym are behind her. We can talk about her freely because she can't hear us at the moment. Just how much of an inspiration is she for the likes of you, CBS, everybody else in the gym?
Oh, she's just great to be around. She's so positive, and seeing her train for this fight, become undisputed, the youngest undisputed champion is fantastic. It's great to see.
Is it fair to say that she's exactly like she is on camera, off camera, that she has got this cracking sense of humour, this brilliant personality, and it is starting to shine through on the Sky platform now, but she's a laugh a minute in the gym?
What you see is what you get with Ellie, so yeah, what you see on the camera, that's exactly what she's like in real life. Unless she's cutting down on her calories, she may be a little bit moody sometimes in the morning, but other than that, she's a fantastic person to be around.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen that side of her yet, so I'll make sure that I don't talk about food later on. Do you think she can get it done? We just had a look at Myelli Flores for the first time there. I think we're all expecting, that typical Mexican style. She's going to be on the front foot hunting Ellie down. Style-wise, it should make quite a good fight to watch, I think. Is that what you guys have been preparing for?
Yeah, I think she's going to put on the best performance to date, yeah, and she's leaving it for all 4 belts now, or 5 belts, including the Ring magazine, so yeah.
Lee, thank you very much for talking to us. So Lee Cutler, part of that very successful McGuigan stable. I could just break you off for a second, Simon. Sorry, Mel PR, good to see you. Good to see you. Trod on your toes there. Just going to bring you over here. Now, I haven't cleared this with him, but my experience, we're live on Sky Sports. The treasure. Used to always send me a Christmas card. Ashley Theophane. I haven't been here since we filmed, well, I haven't been in this gym since we filmed you here in your pomp when you're a British champion. You still look the same. What's the secret? The Benjamin Button is going on at the moment. Great to see you. How's life?
It's going very well. We have our own club now. We've come as some of the
I've seen it. Let's get the merch in. Treasure Boxing Club. There you go.
Yeah, so MVP, they've allowed us to come here. So it's very nice to bring some of the kids to kind of see where you could be with hard work.
Yeah, I mean, that's the inspiration, isn't it? I mean, you needed someone to inspire you. The next generation needs someone to inspire them. It's lovely to see.
Yeah, so it's nice. So basically, this is what I do in retirement now. Just kind of run just kids camps. And I'm kind of glad with where I am in life now. So it's nice to touch young lives.
Yeah, it's great to see you stick around in the sport, because we do see people that have long careers. Yeah. They've had their fill of boxing. They want to go off and do something else, but you've decided to stay in the game.
I like to stay in the game from outside the ring. So I'm in a good place in my life now. I feel like the hard work is paid off, and I kind of like to give back to the community where I'm from, because I'm from here.
Yeah, I have great memories coming down and seeing you. Lovely to see you, Ashley, the treasure Theophane. Good to see you. Former British champion. Let's look at this. Look at the game face here. Ellie Scotney, Myelli Flores. All the belts, all the marbles, everything up for grabs. MVPW 01. They're all going to be vying for #1 spot. Who can steal the headlines? Who can produce the fight of the night? Who can produce the performance of the night? Ellie Scotney finally getting her flowers, you would say. A lot of attention on her. There's a brilliant behind the ropes was made on our Sky platforms that is available on YouTube and on demand. Just a little bit of a window into the life of Ellie Scotney, Catford, South London's finest. There was also a nice little shoot that we did down at Crystal Palace, where Maxence Lacroix, the Crystal Palace central defender, had a sit-down interview with Ellie Scotney. They discussed common faith, some of the insights into what a professional sportsman or woman has to go through. We're being beckoned over here, because shortly we will get a chance to speak to Ellie Scotney on the stream. I wonder why we're waiting for that. If we could beckon Shane McGuigan over. Shane, great to see you. I thought you'd lost your eyesight there with the goggles on.
The meta glasses. Yeah, it's good footage, but
yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Hard to take pads with those on. Do you know what I mean? Everything's a bit off.
Oh, right, okay. You got a chance to see Myelli Flores there. Did you learn anything new that you haven't seen before? I mean, her fights are out there to consume on YouTube. I think we all think what she's going to do is pure violence, pure aggression, come forward. Is that what you're expecting?
I think so. I don't think she's going to get up on her toes like Sugar Ray Leonard at this stage in her career. Do you know what I mean? She's an aggressive, short, attacking fighter that's going to push the fight late. So, you know, we got to be disciplined. But, you know, Ellie Scotney loves to tear up. So, you've got to fight fire with fire at some stage in the fights, and it's just making sure that she's always finishing the round strong and doing enough. But we can't go out there looking for knockouts. But I think this fight's going to really set her light.
Yeah, that cool head in a hot kitchen is something that I've been applying to who's going to come out on top in Caroline and Terri. But actually, it might be more applicable for Ellie. If she can keep a cool head under what is surely going to be a Mexican onslaught, that may well be the key.
I think so, yeah. I think this is going to be a ferocious fight. I think with Caroline and Terri, it'll be more of a technical, sharp encounter. I don't think either of them like to fight at a crazy pace and sort of exhaust their opponents and get wins through exhaustion. I think two of them are good boxing IQ, so I think that'll be more of a shootout. But I think this fight is going to be an absolute barnstormer. I think the two of them will be.
Here is the champ. Ellie, unfortunately, you have to talk to us.
I gate crashed him then.
No, this is your show. I mean, good to see you. That was nice to see a little bit of punching and a little bit of the final workout. The hard work and the talking's almost done now. It must be the relief to get to the business end of fight week.
I know the talking's got to be done. You ain't shut up lately. I'm not joking. But no, the work, you know, it's all lining up to Sunday and we're nearly there now, Andy. We're nearly there.
I saw you in the doorway there, just having a look at Myelli Flores. I mean, you got to size her up yesterday, but that is a chance to see her punch in and stuff like that. Is it too late to learn anything new? You know, it is the first time you get to see her sort of hitting pads and stuff like that. Can you take anything in at this stage?
Not really, you know, some people even come out and go southpaw, so it's all irrelevant. Like I say, like, your work's been done in the weeks ahead, even the months as such, so Sunday's nearly here now and the truth will be revealed.
When do you think it will dawn on you, if it hasn't already? I hear fighters often speak about this switch that flicks, and, you know, for all the laughing and joking that I think we kind of like to do, it kills the pressure, doesn't it, if you can keep things light-hearted. When do you think that will switch for you and not be consumed by the moment, but when you're really lock in?
I think as soon as we're in that changing room, I go into like a different sort of Ellie, and I always maintain how I am until that moment, and then when it's needed, it's definitely flipped.
Is it important for you to steal the show in a number of ways, or is it just about getting the job done? Because I think for all the talk about the other fights on the card, style-wise, there is a lot of feeling, strong feeling, that your fight against Flores, style-wise, could be the matchup.
Andy, all that means is winning, so by any means, I've got to win on Sunday night, so that's all my attention's at.
Listen, that's the only mistake you've made, and we've all made it, don't worry, it'll be Easter Sunday. I'm going to let you go because you're right under the aircon as well, so I don't want to be blamed. Ellie Scotney, pure class as always. Let's have a little walk round. I can just see some movement in the doorway behind you. Sorry, look, behind some of these big characters is Terri Harper. This is our nominal top of the bill, but we are, of course, billing this as a double world title main event. This is the other side of it. So it's Caroline Dubois against the woman in shot there, Terri Harper, champion in her own right. This is, of course, champion versus champion. But so many narratives around this fight, and I think it only grew yesterday with what can only be described as a shove between the two. Not when we were live on Sky Sports News, actually, when the two were having their photos taken by MVP. And it was a real spark in what has been a pretty feisty build-up so far, has to be said. Caroline just did that trick that you heard on the audio. She just raised her elbow ever so slightly into the face of Terri Harper. And at the original press conference, I think Terri let it slide. Yesterday, no such thing. She very much let Caroline know that she was not to do it again.
Terri Harper was decorated amateur fighter winning a silver.
So the WBC and WBO unified lightweight titles up for grabs on Sunday. MVPW 01. So many good fights on the card to pick from. Could this be the one that steals the show? Terri Harper, of course, familiar to everyone on Sky Sports. We were part of that terrific journey where she became world champion.
2022, she moved up 3 divisions to 150.
That was back in 2020, remember it so well, against Eva Wallström, who was a good fighter. She dropped her on the way to the WBC super featherweight belt.
Moved down to lightweight to 135.
She has had some dips in her career, mostly around moving up and down the weights. She's quite honest about that now, that really she had no business up against Sandy Ryan at a heavier weight. And I think, in truth, she might concede that she stayed around too long and fought Alicia Baumgartner, who stopped her on her feet back in 2021. But she's rebuilt so well, it has to be said. Her 6th consecutive world title fight. That is experience that money cannot buy. And that is the one thing that she has over the fighter who will be in the opposite corner, Caroline Dubois. She's been in with the likes of Cecilia Brackhaus as well. I mean, probably at the time, one of the best fighters on the planet, male or female. What a career she had, Cecilia Brackhaus. And the man just strapping that body belt on. Amateur coach Paul DeRose. I've seen Ryan Rhodes knocking about, who's part of a team the other side of the ropes. And for all the talk, she cuts a very lean figure who I don't think is particularly tight at the weight. That's always a good sign. Just a couple of days to go to the weigh-in. I think everybody's confused by the fact that fight night is Sunday. And again, the glasses are going on, which has brought a real smile out of Terri Harper. I haven't seen Chantel Cameron was someone that I was looking to perhaps grab at some point. So this is Terri Harper. If you're just joining us on today's stream, welcome. Great to have you along. Should just promote the rest of our Fight Week streams. We're back tomorrow for the press conference down at Olympia. We'll be there for the weigh-in as well. And then, of course, all roads lead to fight night. Easter Sunday at the Olympia. That old venue that's steeped in history. Brilliant venue for boxing, of course. That is where we saw Prince Naseem Hamed fly in on the magic carpet. What was that, 26 years ago against Mayelli Bungu? And you can actually see him bottom of frame there, just with the black cap on, resting, yes, smacking the canvas now. That is Ryan Rhodes, of course. Back in the day, he was the Spice Boy. I think he's worked long and hard to try and get rid of that nickname, so I can only apologise in advance, but how successful was that Ingle gym back in the day? A familiar face has just turned up off camera. Can I quickly grab him? Mr. Bilal Fawaz, we are live on Sky Sports.
Wow, we are live.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, man.
What a win for you against Ishmael Davis. Unbelievable performance. Proud of you did what you said you were going to do. Great to see you down here supporting, but a reflection on what is probably the crowning moment of your career.
Well, this is the most exciting moment of my career because now I've entered the center. Now they all know me. They all knew me before, but they never gave me a chance. Okay, now I've taken all the belts. I'm the English champion, the current British champion, the current Commonwealth. No one will fight for it. Why are they running away? So I feel like now that we're in a position where we have accelerated our career. Now, let's see. No one can hide anymore.
I quite like the fact that you seem to predict the future. So every time you come and you say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and everybody goes, yeah, okay, he can talk the talk, but you walk the walk as well. So I just want to ask you, before we let you go, what next? Tell us what's going to happen, and then we'll see it come true.
What next is a fight with Josh Kelly.
Okay, yeah. Okay, PBK, I like it.
We'll challenge you that. Thank you very much.
No,
Lovely.
Pleasure to have you. Bilal Fawaz, what a man. Okay, Terri Harper has finished her workout, so she's going to just do a couple of promotional shots for MVP.
Terri Harper, ladies and gentlemen, MVP's reigning defending WBO lightweight champion in that unification against Caroline Dubois on MVPW 01 on Sunday.
There you go, you heard Andy say it there, MVPW 01. Live from the Olympia on Sunday. Come and join us on Sky Sports. She's just got one or two more photos to have, and then she'll come and join us on Sky Sports. Careful in there, guys. Nearly got run over by a few photographers. This is Terri Harper just posing for those promotional shots. Boxing Bullies by Jake Paul in the background there. Something that Jake Paul is keen to promote. It was great to see him down at the McGuigan gym the other day in Leighton, where we put that clip out. He was pretty shocked by the fact that Ellie Scotney has to take a couple of tubes, taxi as well to get to training every day. And of course there is that promise of if she can get it done, Ellie Scotney, she gets herself a car from Jake Paul himself. Terri Harper. That record really does speak for itself. A three-weight world champion, really firmly established in British boxing history books now. Voice that you can hear off camera is skysports.com esteemed journalist John Dennon. Great to see you, John. Just while I wait for Terri Harper to come over, it's going well, isn't it? Maybe that was a little bit telling. That was a very good reception for Terri. I wonder if that will give us a window into how she might be received on fight night.
Yeah, no, interesting. I'm not quite sure what to expect on fight night. My question for you is, she was wearing trainers, not boxing boots. Is that dangerous? What's going on?
Is it a sign that she's going to run, John? No, I don't think so. I'm going to go because you're going to be upstaged by a three-weight world champion in Terri Harper. But good to see you, John. I think Terri is going to make our way round to our position. So if I bring you back round to our position over here. Terri, I won't keep you very long. Good to see you. People have been commenting that you're wearing trainers in the open workout, a sign that you're going to run. I love these narratives. There's nothing in that.
No, just easy, innit? I don't want to be messing about, taking my boots off and on, so I just simple this way, keep everything nice and easy.
I haven't seen you laugh like that for ages when Paul put the glasses on. How did you hit pads? That was a genuine belly laugh from you.
Yeah, we were just saying it looks like Harry Hill, so my new coach Harry is made a good debut.
I didn't get a chance to catch up with you yesterday because the interview that we did all went well. You know, everyone behaved. It was a pretty feisty head-to-head, but then when you post for your photos, it all took a little bit of a turn, didn't it? You were unhappy with the arm that was raised in your face by Caroline, but yesterday you let her know, whereas at the original press conference you let it slide.
Yeah, I'm not here to play around, and she got away with it first time. But this week it's serious. I'm here to fight and not be playing school ground drama.
She's been very vocal about she thinks she's in your head and under your skin. But did you feel that the way that she reacted yesterday, that was a little bit of a win for yourself?
She didn't know what to do. She was off script. She didn't know what to do. She panicked.
I've said this about other fights, but I think it's the best analogy for this. You know, the best fighter will win on the night, but there's also that who can keep their head. You know, when other people are losing theirs, cool head in a hot kitchen. Do you believe that you can do that? And that's where this experience of being on this stage with this pressure on you will pay dividends.
If I can keep my head for 12 weeks listening to Caroline chirp on, then yeah, 100% keep my head in the fight.
Don't want to tempt fate, but you're looking very, very relaxed at the weight. You know, you've been up and down the scales throughout your career. Is this, you think, the best weight for you, where you've had your best success?
Yeah, it's a sweet spot. And again, if I had to do my career again, there's no way I'd jump up that high. I would have rebuilt straight away this way. But, you know, you live and you learn, got experience. That'll be taken into the ring with me on Sunday night. No,
you're looking great. Best of luck. Thank you very much for talking to us. Terri, I'm going to help my colleagues at the BBC. There we go. Look, don't say that I'm not cross-collaborating. Steve Bunt's over there shouting at me.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm going to spin you round because one more fighter to come. In the tunnel there, sweet Caroline Dubois.
please welcome to the ring the 2020 Olympian MVPs, reigning and defending WBC lightweight champion of the world, sweet Caroline Dubois.
Yep, as Andy Clark said, who's on MC duties today. Apologies if you heard any language bleed through there. The WBC champion, Caroline Dubois, who really stole the show yesterday, it has to be said, with that head-to-head push. We'll get Caroline's version of events later on, but the views on that clip have been pretty insane, it has to be said. It shows the interest in this fight. It's been a long-running, a brewing domestic rivalry. The two of them have exchanged plenty of messages on social media. I think that's really where these sort of rivalries are built nowadays. Caroline, for her part, feels that she can steamroller anybody that's in her way. That perhaps it isn't personal, that it's Terri Harper. It is just the fact that she is another belt holder in her division who is in her way, who is blocking the road to undisputed. Caroline has not just based herself in the UK for this one. She has racked up the air miles. She's been over to Knuckleheads, the gym in Las Vegas, where she says she's had world-class sparring. Then she's made her way back to finalise camp with the McGuigans. I would love to know what both fighters are weighing at the moment, because both of them look tip-top condition, ripped and ready to go. If they are in or around the weight, both are looking in terrific, terrific shape. Just gonna bring John Denon off camera back onto the stream. I asked Terri about the running trainers. She said there's nothing to it, so that's killed your headline, I'm sure. What can we talk about Caroline Dubois? We did a podcast yesterday. I was really sort of taken aback by that whole push and a pull on the photography head-to-head. It is giving you plenty to write about, and it has set what was already a good narrative. It's added a lot to it, I think, because it was a reaction from Caroline, and it was a statement of intent from Terri.
Yeah, and I don't think we expected that from Terri. She's been not laid back, but she's been the softly spoken one in the build-up. So is it a sign that all the goading and the jibes from Caroline have got to Terri? I was hoping to ask her about it today. I don't know if you got a chance to speak to her about the push itself. What did she say?
Yeah, she said, I'm just not going to let her get away with it. I let her get away with it at the opening presser, and I want her to know that I'm not going to let her get away with it today, which was yesterday. So it's really interesting. Yeah, she was talking all the right talk, and it's interesting that, you know, maybe the question was a little bit loaded, but I did say, you know, is that a bit of a clapback to sort of show that you're not going to be pushed around? You know, that maybe Caroline's had plenty to say in the verbal exchanges of the two of you, but actually, when it comes to it, you're letting her know that it's not going to, you know, you're not going to tolerate it. And she was like, you know, it shows that Caroline's losing her head a little bit. So it's created a whole new dimension.
Yeah, or has Caroline drawn out a side of Terri that she kind of didn't want to display? Has it made Terri look rattled?
Oh, I don't know. It's all very good though, isn't it? Good to see you, John. Thank you very much. SkySports.com. John Denon, he also writes for the app. Caroline just letting her hands go. Southpaw stance. Now I'm just going to make my way round to this side of the ring. And Simon, you will see me over here, exactly in your direction, because the man I'm going to talk to, come this way, just so they can see you over here. We're on that camera over there. Look at us, over here. Ryan Rhodes, I was picking you up on the stream there saying what a career you had, the safe side of the ropes now, working with Terri Harper. Terri doesn't say too much.
No.
She's really kept it under wraps, hasn't she? But I wonder what you've made of this growing dynamic between the two.
She's said and done a lot more than normal this camp. Press conferences, media workout yesterday, little shove yesterday. That's not Terri. But you know what? That's the confidence of Terri in this fight. She's full of confidence. I've watched her sparring for the last 6-7 weeks in the gym. I've watched Terri grow. I've watched Terri's confidence. I've watched Terri. She's ready. Trust me, she's ready for this fight. She's chased this fight, not since the fight got announced, for months and months before that. She's chased this fight. And I was doing the negotiations before. It didn't work out the first time, and Terri asked me to pursue it after the negotiations the first time. So she's more than ready for this fight.
Do you think we've got it wrong, or there is that narrative that's got it wrong, that because she was on our platform, there was a lot of hype behind Caroline, and Terri was away for a little while, and perhaps people have got it twisted that actually it was Terri that wanted the fight, it was Terri that was calling the fight, it wasn't necessarily the other way round, and that it's a sign of strength from Terri that she called out Caroline, she wants Caroline.
Listen, I can't speak on Caroline's part, but what I do know and what I can tell you is that I would say from August, September last year, I've been talking about this fight, negotiating this fight. So if it was someone, like a lot of people, I've seen Caroline say that Terri didn't want this fight. Listen, if Terri didn't want this fight, I would have not had the phone calls for me, Ryan, go and get this fight for me. Ryan, do your best to get this fight for me. If Terri Harper didn't want this fight, I wouldn't have been negotiating this fight since August, September last year. So I've done my job. Now Terri's going to do her job.
Last one before I let you go. Very interested in what Terri, when she has opened her mouth, she was very clear on, if I can get her into the second half of the fight, we feel that Caroline Dubois does fade. Do you believe in that?
Listen, we have seen that, but we're not just relying on Caroline Dubois fading in the second half. Listen, we've covered all bases in this fight. We've covered absolutely every angle. The fitness, the strength, the boxing, the ability, absolutely everything. So whatever Caroline brings on Sunday night, we're going to have an answer for everything. Terri will have an answer for everything because she's touched absolutely every base.
Top man, thank you so much for joining us. Ryan Rhodes, always a pleasure. So eventually we will make our way back around the other side, but Caroline Dubois just fulfilling her media commitments. I'm going to go round because it's incredibly loud next to that speaker. We'll make our way around this way and just get roughly in position for when we do this interview. Caroline Dubois won that interim WBC title and was actually upgraded after that. She beat Myra Moneo. Where was that? Barnsley 2024. She's got a real affiliation with Barnsley because of that sort of link up with Callum Simpson. So she will be popular up there. Got some real durable wins against like Miranda Reyes, Magali Rodriguez. She dropped 3 times back in 2023. So the power is there. You know, fighters that have looked durable in the past, Caroline has been able to knock over. 10 rounds or less for the WBC and WBO lightweight titles. And of course, after the fight, we can start to ask questions about where this journey may be going next. She was a brilliant amateur, youth and junior level, as was Terri Harper as well, to be honest. It's a nice dynamic between the two. And Caroline is just making her way out the ring, and she is going to be brought round to see us over here. So thank you very much for staying with us. And then we will wrap up today's proceedings. So we're just waiting for Caroline to make her way over. And I'll say it now and I'll say it again, 11:45 tomorrow. Come back to wherever you consumed this stream today. We'll be back tomorrow. For the main event press conference.
Good turnout. We'll see you again soon.
And friend of the show, Bilal Fawaz, is actually taking the gloves off Caroline over there, making himself busy. Josh Pritchard, Shane McGuigan, Lee Cutler, all here today. We actually missed Chantel Cameron, so I don't want anybody to think that we ignored her. We hope that we will catch up with her later in the week. Tomorrow, in fact, I'm sure that we will get to Chantel, who's in that world title fight over 3-minute rounds. Just a shout out to some of the shoulder programming available. The gloves are off between Dubois and Harper, available to watch online and on demand. That was a pretty spicy affair. And Behind the Ropes with Ellie Scotney, that is also available to consume in the same places. Caroline, I won't keep you long. Thank you very much for coming and talking to us. What did you show us there? Is this just sort of one of those last little shakeouts? The hard work's actually been done behind closed doors?
Yeah, of course. Like, if you come in here and you want to work on things in the pads, you want to sharpen up on things, you messed up. But no, camp has been phenomenal. I had an amazing camp, great 8 weeks, and just really feeling 100%. You know, I came here today a little bit like feeling apprehension, but as soon as I got in the ring and I started just touching the pads, I just felt all my apprehension shift and just disappear. And this is where I am. This is what, in that ring is where I'm at home. And
apprehension, why? I'm interested. Just because of the sheer, I don't know, the amount that's riding on it, the cameras, everything. What, you know, because you've been here before, you've done this. I know this represents the biggest fight of your career, but I suppose nerves are normal at this stage.
No, obviously, every fight has been an improvement. You know, I've noticed that every time I step into the ring, not necessarily the fight itself that's difficult, but just the build-up. There's more noise around it. There's more people talking about it. And this fight, I've definitely sensed that and felt that. And, you know, it's great. And it's the first time for me, you know, first time having a live opponent who I wouldn't say she's trying to give me shit, but, you know, she's giving a little bit. And it's my first time experiencing that. I know it's only going to get harder from here. When I move on, when I go through Terri, you know, be Alicia in the opposite corner. She's going to come with a mouth. So this is the first time experiencing a lot of new firsts for me.
Did about 36 minutes without any swear words, so I have to apologise to Caroline. I'm sorry. It's understandable, obviously, fight week tension, stuff like that. Can I ask you about yesterday? Because it took on a little bit of a turn, didn't it, with the push and the shove. That's done 3.6 million views last time I checked, in terms of there is a lot of attention on this fight.
Because Sunday there'll be more than just pushing, so make sure you tune in.
She was just saying there off camera that she felt like, you know, that she was able to get a bit of a reaction from you in that. I wonder if you wanted to have your say back on that.
A reaction in what? You know, I was a bit surprised that she would do that, because if we want to get ugly, you know, tell me, give me the word and we can get ugly. You know, I'll slap her up and push her around. If that's what we want to do, we can do that. You know, I thought we were fighting Sunday, but if she wants to fight now, we can fight now. There's no issue. I'm ready. If you see me in the ring, see the shape I'm in, I'm ready right now. We can go right now. But yeah, I was a little bit surprised. I didn't expect that from her. But, you know, like I said, if you want to push Terri, just give me the word and we can go.
But is that a sign she's trying to anger you?
Trying as hard as she can, and it's quite funny because, like, she's the most emotional I've seen her. She's getting all pent up and emotional and angry and all this nonsense. And I'm here. This is another fight for me. I was on the way to this gym, and I was speaking to Josh and the guys with me, and I said, you know, I just feel like I'm turning up for a spar. Like, this is great. Like, I feel so ready. I just feel ready, and I've only felt this way a few times, and I'm feeling it again, so I'm very excited.
What happened when you felt like this before?
It was the Jessica Kamara fight, so, you know, it's not looking good.
I love the way that you can switch very quickly. I suppose the counteract to that is she's trying to make you angry, because angry people do irrational things, and if you lose your head in a fight, things can go wrong. So how can you guard against, you know, losing composure, deviating away from what you've worked on?
Yeah, she would, I don't know. I think I'm a very hard person to make angry. I always think there's only a few people in this world right now who would, like, genuinely, if I saw him, I'm off the roof, you know, I'm going crazy. And she isn't one of them, so she's gonna have to do some crazy stuff to make me angry. Obviously, I'm locked in. Like, I had a phenomenal camp. I'm not gonna throw that out the window for this clown. I'm not gonna throw it out the window. I'm not gonna throw away all them miles that I ran up them damn hills, all those sparring partners I was sparring. I'm not gonna throw that away. I'm not gonna throw away all the work that I've done for a moment of foolishness. You know, I'm gonna step into the ring, pose calm, collected, and I'm gonna go to work and do exactly what I believe I will do, which is knock her out.
Thank you so much for joining us. For full disclosure, am I on that list of things that can make you angry at this stage? I just want to make that clear.
Now, listen, it's a very small list, you know, and they have to do a very specific thing.
Okay, so I'm not on it. That is great news for me. Thank you so much. The news of the day. I'm going to let you go because there's a long list of journalists there that could be on the list. We don't know. But delighted to say that I'm not on the list. God, that is a big relief because that was a risk doing that live. Imagine if she said, yeah, you're on the list. It would have been car crash TV. If you stayed with us, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. MVPW 01. It is the first event in the UK. That's our first official sort of fight week content there. I know we had the face-off yesterday, but live streaming today. If you've enjoyed this content, please come back tomorrow. It will be the press conference down from Olympia in London. 11:45 we'll be streaming, so come and join us then. Again, I plug all the shoulder content that we've got. Behind the ropes, gloves are off, loads on YouTube, loads on social media. Our colleagues at Sky Sports News working hard as well. Great time to be consuming boxing on Sky Sports. Congratulations to MVPW on their new deal. Come back tomorrow because we'll have more of the same. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and thanks for tagging along with us for now.